What's up, guys? It's your boys Wokey back with another scary, terrifying, and creepy video from Chills. We're about to watch his newest video of the 30 scary videos that had me trembling for days. So grab a chair, grab some popcorn, your extra pair of pants. It's spooky time. If you guys are new to my channel, or if you guys are returning and have not subscribed yet, make sure you guys subscribe right now by hitting that wiper icon down the bottom right. Hit that bell icon next to it, so when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that Wokey myself has posted that video, and then you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, thank you guys so very much for that continued love and support that you guys show on my channel. Hopefully one day we can hit the 100K together. But also go over to Chills himself. Go give him some love by subscribing, commenting, liking, sharing. You know the deal. And with that being said, let's get into the video.
Number 30.
Top 30 scaries.
There's something in this house, and they might be demons.
It looked like a T-Rex.
No.
I was expecting that.
أعوذ بالله أعوذ بالله.
There's multiple?
The first one he captures on camera is pretty obvious, but he doesn't seem to see it.
Oh, I saw it. Oh, gosh.
The second one is playing peekaboo.
Bismillah. Bismillah. Bismillah.
Oh.
Hey!
And the last one...
أعوذ بالله.
Do you hear that roar? Well, I'm wondering what these creatures are. Most in the comments are chuffed at this dude's terrified scream. My vote is for demons, but it could be some other type of evil entity. Any ideas?
I have no ideas besides
Number
spooky
29.
Uchi's. 29.
As the name of his YouTube channel would suggest, Abroad in Japan provides helpful advice meant for anyone planning an extended stay in the country of Japan. Chris has lived there for over 7 years, and most of his videos deal with common topics, such as cultural differences and spending tips. 2 videos in particular, however, chronicle his experiences with Japan's supernatural. October 16th, 2018.
Like I always say, their culture is beautiful, but their ghosts are terrifying.
2018 is when Chris bikes with his friend Joey in search of an eerily abandoned tunnel that's rumored to be haunted. They don't know much about its history, but one look at how narrow it is, and it's hard to imagine a car squeezing through. The tunnel was apparently abandoned after too many lives were ended by unsafe driving. Now it lies on the side of the mountain, becoming more overgrown with each day. The first thing they notice is this strange human-like imprint on the wall, perhaps the spirit of someone who lost their life here. It's looking up towards the sky, and pale skin. Even the flowing sleeves of her dress are visible. It creeps them out and makes them want to get this over with so they can leave. As they are contemplating what all of this means, their camera records even more evidence that something is nearby. It's a soft voice whispering something in Japanese. Tell me if you can understand.
I thought it was just gurgling.
I think it's real because the voice echoes off the tunnel walls. The exit is only a short distance away, so there's no big dramatic dash to safety or anything like that. They are suitably freaked out by now, and when they go to leave, this mysterious third person, shadow figure to be precise, is waiting for them at the end. Oh, and there's one other odd discovery in the haunted tunnel that I forgot to mention. I don't even want to know what this mysterious device was used for. It looks like it goes around.
Kind of looks like a pedal?
On a wrist or on an ankle and doesn't come off. So as strange as this paranormal encounter was, it was only scary enough to teach Chris his lesson for a year or two. February 16th, 2020 is when Chris stayed in Japan's most haunted hotel, a place known only as the Ryaku Fuso Inn. This is where the spirit of a young boy has been roaming the wealthiest people in Japan for over 600 years. That's a long time to be a troublesome little ghost. and by now he's gotten pretty good at his job. So what Chris sees that night should come as no surprise.
Oh boy.
This is where the spirit of a young boy has been haunting the wealthiest people in Japan for over 600 years. That's a long time to be a troublesome little ghost, and by now he's gotten pretty good at his job. So what Chris sees that night should come as no surprise. He and his friend wait until after hours to visit the memorial, where the boy is said to frequent, a shrine built in his name to keep him from becoming evil and cursed. I think I see the outline of a boy looking at them in the blue window above as one of them kneels down at the altar. And they must have done something wrong because this happens.
It's a bit creepy, isn't it?
Not only does a child scream, but a face appears over his shoulder shortly afterwards. They go back to their hotel room afterwards and don't think much of it. But the next day, Chris's friend reports an encounter that really troubles him. It seems as if they could have been followed after all.
Like, I couldn't move my body, and I heard someone, like, kind of standing on my
Sleep paralysis?
chest, and then and he or she, whoever, touched my cheek.
I'm not sure if this last part is a paranormal encounter or sleep paralysis, condition in which people are unable to move and often think they see a shadow figure moving towards them.
28.
Number 28. Houses can make funny.
And please let me know in any of the comments that you guys put, like the video number, like if you guys thought 21 was really scary. Let me know, or you thought it was fake, or I just definitely love reading them when I have spare time on my hand to just go through the comments and stuff like that.
House noises, but that doesn't seem to be the case with this video. Posted to the Ghosts subreddit by Ramasaurez, the Redditor explains that he woke up to loud footsteps in the hallway and the sound of something in the attic being dragged. He says the attic is not used for storage, but as a small crawl space. He was home alone when this happened. In the clip, you can faintly hear footsteps pounding, and then the dragging noise, as Ramasaurez lies still and silent.
Great face.
In the comments, Redditor Dejness suggests to go check it out, noting that people have had issues with squatters in the past. Even though the chances are slim, there's a definite possibility, as Dejness advises, look for any sign of someone's been living there, missing food, stuff misplaced, food wrappers, and if you do end up believing someone is in your house, maybe try installing a security camera.
In your attic?
Some Redditors add that having something to protect themselves with nearby would be smart. Others advise to just record the sound and call the authorities instead of investigating himself, as who knows what the stranger would do. In another vein, some think it would be animals making nests up there. But
every single time that I've looked, it's like squirrels trying to get in and try to make their own nests and stuff, and I gotta evict them.
The Redditor says the attic was completely sealed. The potential for the
My attic is completely sealed, and yet somehow, some way, these squirrels are getting into my house. I have no idea. I just had my roof done.
Paranormal is on other Redditors' radar, including the OPs.
What do you think?
He
Sounds
states
like
that a
something being
couple of his
dragged.
family members had paranormal experiences inside the home, although he doesn't elaborate on what those experiences were. Then again, maybe it's just someone who had no other place to go.
I don't know.
Number 27. Exploring abandoned houses for paranormal evidence is an activity that's as old as YouTube itself, as this early video taken in August of 2005 shows. The team of amateur ghost hunters are exploring an abandoned house from the street when activity within lets them know it's quite haunted. At 2 seconds, one of them points to an all-white apparition and they all take off. I don't think this is fake because video editing was not that common back in 2005. Motion, you can actually see the mysterious figure go from right to left across the doorway. It's bizarre, sure, but was it a ghost? Number 26. A YouTube channel called Proper Life dares to take a 24-hour challenge in one of the scariest and most haunted hotels in the USA. Built in 1910, the Stockyards Hotel was the first bed and breakfast business in Fort Worth, Texas. Since then, a number of full-body apparitions from different time periods still haunt the old building. Paranormal sightings that the Proper Life crew hopes to witness for themselves. At 3 a.m., the ghost hunters go exploring the creepy hotel for any late-night signs of being haunted. Ryan soon discovers some handwritten notes left behind by different groups of paranormal investigators, and he reads their words out loud. His recountment seems to inspire some fresh poltergeist activity that's caught on camera.
And heard a strange noise in the middle of the room.
What?
What's that?
What?
Look at the mirror.
Foot found with your mirror.
Oh my god.
A mirror on the wall begins to move on
it's
its
moving.
own. Objects are not moving in the next room over. A room with a fan on full speed, mind you. And yet this much heavier object is moving by itself, which seems
It's on the wall, so I highly doubt that heavy mirror is gonna move.
paranormal to them, and I guess to me too for that matter. And when they go exploring the haunted room to further investigate, they discover that the fan, the only thing that
It's
could be
off.
moving the mirror, is turned off, and then his camera is caught going really out of focus on Zach, like a ghost is near. This keeps happening even though the lighting is fine, and it goes on long enough to be considered paranormal evidence.
It's not focusing on you. It's like a flashing. It is not focusing on you. It is not
Something
focusing
is in
on
front
you
of
at
it.
all.
We good?
No. Really. It is not focusing on you. That's really.
It's weird how their camera only does this around Zach. Ever since he went into
Does
the
he have
same room
attachment?
where an object was caught moving by itself, maybe a spirit has attached itself to him. Meanwhile, more objects continue to move on their own at
What
3 a.m. when the
color
group
is that?
splits up to cover more ground.
This room's really creepy. Like, you get the chill in here? Like, you feel that?
Look at that hat on the wall.
Like, I
Oh, did you hear that?
Yeah. Was that not you?
Ooh, ooh, that's creepy. Ooh, it's still creeping. Ooh, go, go, go.
And when they reconvene to share their findings, more paranormal evidence is caught on tape.
She's like, dripping down her face. Did you guys hear that?
What was that? Did you guys make a note?
The entire Proper Life crew is gathered in the same room in close proximity here, so there's no way those scary noises should be coming from another room, unless you're willing to admit the Stockyards Hotel is beyond creepy and definitely haunted.
One night
Probably a
I'm
little
in
bit
my
of
bed asleep, and this old lady comes out of my closet. She's like down her face. Did you guys hear that?
What was that? Did you guys make a
What
note?
is it?
Number 25.
5 down, guys.
Alyssa the
We can do this.
Explorer rents a cabin in the woods.
That's pretty.
One that apparently has an extra
Ow!
guest inside.
I forgot about this one.
This place is so cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
What the somebody in there with you?
Something scary passes by, a ghost in the window behind her, or perhaps some kind of hunched over figure in robes.
Oh,
I
looks like it
really
has
hope
no
this is
head.
computer effects, because if not, she needs to climb out that window fast.
Run.
Number
24.
24. After receiving a case about paranormal activity in this resident's home, the YouTube team, the New Reality Paranormal, heads there to investigate. First, they capture an EVP on a recording device.
Tell us why you're haunting this place? Are you a female?
Did you hear a voice read? Yeah, there's a yeah. Very soft.
Are you a female?
It's right there. Yep.
Then they
You're
ask the
very
spirits a
soft.
question and receive a direct response.
Are you trying to be the main person in this family, the mother figure?
Aunt.
Oh, you're trying to be the aunt.
The spirit confirms her presence.
Can you give us 2 knocks? Like this?
Oh, who's out here?
Although
heard
I
it. It
didn't
was very
hear the
quiet.
knocks on this camera, the team's second camera captures her response clearly.
Can you give us 2 knocks? Like this?
Was I here?
Can hear it.
I heard the knocks.
Is this spirit knocking on heaven's door? Or is she
Ooh, it
inviting
gives me
them
the
to
chills.
join her?
Yikes.
I can't be sure, but for some reason, I feel she shouldn't be trusted. Number 23. A person is paying their respects in the cemetery when a haunted figure emerges behind them. Look closely, and at 20 seconds you can see the specter lean forward and reach out for him before pulling back and withdrawing into the woods. If this is not edited, then it almost looks like the spirit is trying to provide some kind of comfort to someone who is mourning their loss, or maybe they are attempting a possession. It's hard to say which. After a while, the mysterious figure loses shape and completely fades away into a shapeless mist. Real paranormal ghost sighting in the cemetery, or just computer-generated effects, you tell me.
It gave me the chills. I have goosebumps all over my arms.
Number 22. Donnie regularly
this guy.
sees what he thinks is a shadow person in
I've enjoyed this guy's content for years.
his home. It's always in the basement, always coming from the corner of his eye, and always going way too fast
Something
to be a
flew out of
normal
there.
person. He can feel its anger downstairs, and he knows that it wants to do him harm. Donnie decides to put music on blast to see what kind of reaction he can get on camera. After 20 minutes, this shadow can take no more and races upstairs, causing these lights to move. Soon the same angry feeling returns, and Donnie knows that it's back. He starts recording down a dark hall, and these bottles move on their own.
You're not welcome here.
You and I both heard them fall, but no one else is around to knock them over. At least nobody that I could see, and just around the corner are the stairs leading down to the dark, cold basement.
I have the
Number
like,
21.
like that.
A paranormal YouTuber named CHZA Chad is in search of some real ghost sightings, so he goes exploring an abandoned hospital in Perrysburg, New York called the J.N. Adams Memorial Hospital. This old hospital is said to be haunted by patients from the early 1900s who on occasion will still show up for treatment in the hallway as a ghost. Chad soon separates from his team of fellow ghost hunters to explore the hospital on his own. The hospital is actually a collection of abandoned buildings, and Chad is determined to investigate as many of them as he can to discover which places are the scariest and most haunted of all. In another room, he finds and mistakenly handles a red container with a biohazard symbol. He doesn't look to see what's inside, but touching it at all probably wasn't a good idea. That's not his only concern. It's not long before he suspects there is a ghost in the hallway with him as well.
Really? Whoa. I was about to say I'm walking down this creepy hallway, but there's a stairway right here. Whoa. What was that? Right here. Whoa.
Creepy noises coming from both ends of the hallway leave him unsure where to turn next. He wanders across a room with a single chair inside of a pentagram. Like a ritual of some kind has been performed here. One that we're probably better off not knowing about. It's a weird enough discovery to make him rejoin his group, who by this point are as creeped out as he is. While exploring a different floor, they find this bird helplessly flying wall to wall, even though there is an open window for it to go through.
Maybe that's why the bird is flying around like that. He probably knows something crazy happened right there.
It could be protecting a nest, but something feels wrong in this room, and they take the bird's confusion as a sign of negative paranormal energy in the air. They chose to investigate this area with high-tech paranormal equipment designed to translate ghost voices into speech using special voice recognition software. First it says the name Paul, followed by two more words.
Up here. Yo, is anything appearing on the screen right now?
Where?
Watch the screen.
Any blobs again?
Pure human is what Paul the Ghost says. I wonder if it's actually trying to say not appear, but rather up here, as in above them, possibly referring to the space where the bird was trying to go. Next, they place a backpack on the ground and invite Paul the Ghost to interact with it. At 22 minutes and 40 seconds, their paranormal equipment registers ghost sightings all around the object, and at 22 minutes and 55 seconds, the ghost kicks its bare foot off the backpack and disappears. One of the ghost hunters named Herm stands in front of the camera to verify that it is working correctly.
We're using electronics to see you. Whoa, that thing shot out of you.
It's like he's inside you, I think.
Their equipment has no
attachment?
problem detecting the ghost hunter as well as a solid black paranormal orb that shoots out of the space where he's standing. It's like he's inside you, I think, says the ghost hunter named Kasha. Tell me if you agree that this could be a possession caught on tape. Not much else
something.
happens for another minute or so, and they feel the paranormal energy start to fade from this cursed room. They catch one last ghost sighting in the corner of the room by the door. Evidence that it's no longer interested in them in parting ways, but when Chad looks up, his camera refuses to go into focus, almost as if Paul the Ghost is in the hallway, watching them for one last time.
I got chills. Did you?
Number 20.
Pun intended.
Route 666 in Ohio is well known for all sorts of paranormal
Probably not a good
sightings,
road to go on.
such as hitchhikers without a face and other demonic entities. With this in mind, a YouTuber named The Planet Earth decides to take a long drive down Route 666 at night and records
I would try to find somewhere else to go besides this way.
everything with his dash cam. The entire 17-minute video is rife with fear and suspense as this YouTuber thinks he sees something multiple times and bravely stops the car to investigate. One part of the video is particularly concerning. Keep your eyes on the left side and tell me if you see anything weird in the darkness.
I see fuzz. Left side, left side.
Okay. What is that? Going towards.
I'm not sure if this is just a reflection of a road sign or something, but there appears to be two glowing eyes on the left side of the road. If these are reflective markers, then I'm not sure why someone would bother.
It's that dog thing from Ghostbusters. The ghoul thing that turns the woman and guy into those creepy dogs.
Putting two of them in the middle of nowhere like that. With all of the rumors surrounding Route 666, I wouldn't be surprised if this red pair of eyes belonged to something supernatural, waiting for the next car to break down. Number 19.
19.
A popular YouTuber named Mikey021 has reason to believe his house in Brazil is really haunted. He says it's not uncommon for objects to go moving on their own. Tell me if you think this home experiment is real or not. This video might be a spirit, or he could be blowing plastic cups off his counter with a hair dryer. It looks paranormal until you realize it could simply be wind. If some heavier objects were caught on camera from a different angle, showing both sides of the counter, then I would be more readily convinced.
The pug's like, I got these! I got it!
But as it stands, I'm just not sure if his house is haunted.
Number 18.
Number 18. The Malaysian district of Sabak Bernam recently had an odd occurrence take over the entire village in November of 2020. That's when residents began to hear this sound.
There's this car outside.
Phantom knocking at odd hours day and night. It's kind of hard to see through the glass, but let me put it to you this way. If I can tell there is a white car parked out front, then I definitely should be able to see the outline of whoever is pounding hard enough to rattle this door. And yet, nothing's there.
And he's just chilling right there like...
This video and others like it remain unexplained. If a whole village were faking this, then surely at least one person would have accidentally confessed by now. Months later, nobody has. Based on this paranormal evidence, I'd say something actually appears to be haunting this village. Number 17.
Probably El Chupacabra.
If you do a seance in a haunted
Oh!
home, expect the spirits to come out to play.
Somebody grab the broom. We got some cleaning to do.
Published by Ali H. in March of 2022, something is wreaking havoc in this haunted
Dude, my
house.
anxiety,
After
like-
seeing this unexplained mess in their kitchen, this couple was left wondering who is responsible.
Well, I'm wondering if they have a dog because they have a baby gate. So it's either one, they have a toddler, two, a puppy, or both, and they just went to town here. Who knows?
I closed the gate. I closed the gate. I closed the gate.
Maybe
it's
it's
a
this
dog?
weeping spirit. Do you hear that? Later, Ali is in another room of the
Oh, no.
home when a loud thud sounds from the next room. He goes to check it out and finds the spirits have made another tornado of a mess.
Oh.
Owner.
He tries to
Do these people not know how to do some chores?
communicate with the poltergeist
Oh
through a
my
spirit box,
gosh.
and as he's recording, the spirit pulls up a chair.
Oh my.
Later, Ali hears someone or something coming up the stairs. Are the spirits gathering round? It certainly
That's why you put the sticky tape on the stairs and see if any ghost puts his foot in there.
seems like it. Number 16.
Ooh, is my camera?
A YouTuber named Suspect Sky and his wife are convinced that something is waiting for them. Inside of their small closet, Suspect Sky slowly walks up to the closet and flings the door open. Prepared for conflict, only to find nothing inside. They are relieved for just a moment,
talk about
and
the
then
shop
decide
here.
to get out of the house anyway. Something is still in there waiting for them. They think they can feel its presence, and just want to leave as fast
Well, joke's on you. It's already out in the room.
as they can. And when they looked at the video again later, they found out they were absolutely correct. Number 15.
Oh boy.
A YouTuber named Isaiah Fleming makes a YouTube video of himself cleaning his dirty room as motivation to actually get the job done and over with. During the course of this cleaning, the television turns on by itself, which I guess could be explained
This guy needs a maid and Jesus. Holy moly, look at that room.
by accidentally stepping on the remote or something, and the door opens by itself, which is caught on two different angles and much harder to explain. The room is looking much cleaner after 2
Oh, look at
hours,
that.
and he
That's-
takes a break to go do something else. This next part almost has to be edited because it's literally impossible. Okay, so the door opens at 11:41 at night, and this time, without showing any breaks in the timestamp, a childhood stuffed bear disappears from view. Isaiah comes back to find the television changes to one of the cameras he has just set up in the other room. It looks like he is trying to use his remote control, but it's useless.
Oh, it's on the thing.
Nothing is there.
screen.
Then, with a flash of static, the bear is somehow sitting in the chair. He can't believe what he is witnessing at first, but as he looks to the floor, slowly realizing his house is haunted, he misses this eerie figure watching him through his own screen. Number 14. A YouTuber named Jamie Sinclair is hanging out with her friend and her dog when she records some weird things.
What the?
She looks up to see a swing set is moving on its own. As she gets closer, we can notice some things that make
Haunted
this
scream.
unexplained video even more mysterious. Okay, so the obvious answer is that it's the wind, right? Wrong.
Move
Look at
all of
this
them.
rope next to it, stationary. Are you meaning to tell me that the wind is strong enough to push this swing but not move this rope? I don't think so.
I don't think
Footprints
so
are all
either.
around the swing.
Well, like this one too. This one's not moving.
So I'm not acting like her friend couldn't have pushed it and then acted surprised, but the point is there's no way to tell for sure, and even the smallest chance of paranormal activity is still creepy to think about. Number 13. Mysterious footage of a strange event caught on CCTV leaves one man
This plant looks scary because it looks like a spider coming out of a heat vent.
wondering if they live in a haunted house when a bookshelf purges itself of reading materials in the dark of night. Soon afterwards, the door opens and a man looks into the empty hallway like he's seen a ghost. Judging from his timid reaction, thrown objects are a classic sign of poltergeist activity. However, some people in the comments say this was done with strings. There's one book that falls in the opposite direction as the rest. Is this simple physics or another sign from the paranormal?
I couldn't tell you.
Number 12. This Demolition House of Horror has these urban explorers walking on eggshells. Published to YouTube by Urban Ghosts Urban Exploration in May of 2021, Joe and Chris work their way through a pair of houses being torn down for demolition. Joe says they were contacted by the workers who were cleaning the houses out and were told they felt a presence here. And you'll definitely feel it too as you watch the video. Whatever is in these houses is making its presence known through whispers. As the explorers wander into the bathroom, you can hear incoherent whispering. A moment later, a man's voice says yeah, when asked if the spirits in the house will talk to them.
Will you talk to us if there's spirits here?
Later, more whispering is heard.
May give us some clues.
And later again.
That wallpaper.
Indiscernible what the voice or voices are saying. What is distinctly heard, however, is a growl that happens when Joe is positioning the camera down a staircase. What do you think is hanging around these demolition houses, and what will they do when their homes are destroyed?
That's a cute little house.
Number 11. A YouTube channel called Mathan's Junction goes exploring at an abandoned house in Nepal, one with a twist. This is where his grandfather used to live until he succumbed to medical problems, at which point this place in the woods became haunted. It's a long and treacherous walk through the forest to get there. A fallen tree is the only way to cross the river, and he keeps thinking something is behind him multiple times.
Gosh.
The house is old and sinking and taken over by bats long ago. He sets up a second camera to catch any activity outside of the house, and then he steps inside.
Oh, the door opened up. Or the window.
At the exact moment Mathan thinks he hears something moving nearby, the outside camera detects the movement of a shadowy figure, a ghost in the window. Could this be his grandfather coming to say hello?
I can hear it.
After that, Mathan begins hearing strange noises that you never want to hear coming from the woods. He knows he isn't alone at this point and goes outside to check the second camera for paranormal evidence.
Oh, jeez.
Some kind of object falls over by itself from deeper inside the house, almost like the ghost of his grandfather doesn't want him to leave just
Be like, hey, now throw something.
yet. Or maybe the bats knock something over. Either way, the timing is creepy. Mathan senses something above and shines his flashlight at the roof. He doesn't see anything, and I'm sure you don't either, but keep watching this area because you will. He inverts the colors with a special filter, and within the negative image you'll see a head pop up at 25 minutes and 52 seconds, and then something runs across the roof.
Could it be
he
an
is in some
animal?
scary woods, so this could have just been a wild animal, but considering this is the final resting place of his grandfather, it could be his long-lost relative watching him leave.
Why would his grandfather be on top of the roof?
Tell me what you think he caught on camera that night.
Number 10.
Number 10.
10 more to go, guys.
Devo Velkrat explores an abandoned building on YouTube Live when his expression is interrupted by a distinctly human voice, or at least something doing their best impression of one. Eventually, Devo tracks the noise to a single room not far away. He waits for another minute, hesitant to go any further, and sees a face poke around the corner, but when he rushes in, the person is gone. A closer look at the room shows that there are no windows or doors that they could have escaped through from where they were positioned. There simply should be no way for them to disappear,
like a little
and yet they
kid.
are gone, leaving Devo Velkrat wondering what the heck is going on. Number 9.
No, thank you.
Sometimes you can just sense evil in places, sometimes in your very own home.
Oh, it's like a
Posted
spider.
in the very spooky video subreddit by Big Daddy Marco, the Redditor writes that he is quarantined in a haunted house. Originally published to YouTube by Donnie Drunkard, he writes, "Since being in quarantine, the paranormal and haunted activity has manifested in poltergeist activity on an almost daily basis. I believe the entity is demonic in nature." Terry explains that this is an update and recap of footage caught on his live stream. He also says that he thinks there's more than one spirit in his home. Using a paranormal tool that captures movement, the recap shows that something is indeed present in the hallway, and its presence is made known on more than one occasion. The kinetic image appears. In the last clip, he tells the thing to leave, and after a moment it does as he commands.
Trespass against us. I'm shaking so bad right now, man.
It disappears from the monitor. Some in the comments suggest that Terry get a demonologist into his home to take this thing on. What would you do if you sensed, heard, and saw a demonic spirit in your home? Would you stay or would you go? Number 8. Built around 1635, the Podhortsi Castle is said to be one of the most haunted places in Ukraine. Take a look at some of the best paranormal evidence ever taken out of the creepy castle.
Andriana.
What is that?
Andriana.
A ghostly figure appears in the window and waves at them before mysteriously disappearing. It's not a reflection of clouds because of how quick it fades in and out. The person filming calls out the name Adriana, who I think was the name of one of the king's many wives hundreds of years ago, and whose life was possibly taken by him. Or it's just good editing. Hard to say. This place is said to be absolutely flooded with supernatural forces, so who knows?
Holy crap.
Number 7. This orphanage turned satanic church holds a lot of secrets.
The Women's Circle home started as an orphanage and dormitory for the widowed women in Sherman, Texas. In the 1920s, later suspected cult leader Ariel Ben Sherman
The team was
used
lured to the place after seeing a shadow figure in footage captured by urban explorers.
And one of young congregant, my goodness, I can't pronounce words half the time anymore, members died here. Her spirit is believed to haunt the place.
In the building, watch the dark passage.
You saw a shadow figure in that video, and you sent it over to me, and I was like, no doubt that that's a shadow figure. So we definitely know that shadow figures are here roaming about. But also, another thing is...
Now it's Ghost Club Paranormal's turn to find the truth. Upon entering the haunted cult house, they discover some disturbing imagery.
Like, literally, I've not.
Be careful. Don't be around that thing. That's from people shooting working cool.
Oh.
That's gross.
When they pull out their EMF meter, they get a jumpy reading.
We are getting. Okay, I mean, for a building with absolutely zero
power,
electricity, that makes no sense. If there's anybody.
They also capture an EVP.
Yes.
Later, their REM pod is triggered.
Kidding me?
And shortly after, what sounds like footsteps are heard.
Hey, Cam.
Something that's something.
I just heard footsteps right behind me.
Then they get a clear answer from the spirits.
We need to make clear contact with you right now if you're here with us. If you want to communicate with us, that's what we need. Oh my god, it's going off, it's going off.
Almost a full grab.
Shine your light up there.
Watch, it's
and it's not long before they see them too. Watch the shadows in the hallway beyond.
Totally fine talking to us as well. Slow
motion.
Do you see the shape-shifting shadow whip through? I sure did. After that, the crew is given the fright of their lives.
Just in case something does happen. Wow.
Okay. I am definitely feeling the terrifying energy in this house, but whether it's the young ghost congregant or Satan himself is anyone's guess. Number
I just want to
6.
stay home now. Number 6.
Mar5 is a popular vlogger with a channel full of entertaining videos and some creepy ones too. One of his creepy videos has him exploring a haunted abandoned school in his home country of Turkey. The scary things he's caught on tape in this haunted place are no doubt creepy beyond all mention, so I'll let the chilling paranormal evidence speak for itself.
Sounds like a block of wood.
A ghost figure, or maybe just a weird person dressed in all black, is in this room and refuses to leave.
Date. Gaan even de dam. Date.
I'm not sure if this video of a ghost sighting is real or fake, but I think it could be real because they run out of there faster than any other scary video I've ever analyzed.
Who knows?
Number 5. Do you have the guts to spend a night in one of the most notoriously haunted houses in the world?
I'd do it.
YouTube team
But I probably won't make it.
Ghost Trip Investigation does, and they prove it by passing a scary event in the Conjuring house.
I still want to go there someday, but not with the owner that's there right now.
Inside, their paranormal devices quickly capture some readings.
Faulty. They don't just randomly go off. You can't clap. There's no remote. They have to physically.
Can you not set it off again?
Physically sense movement, guys. Oh!
Shortly after, something is knocked down, but I failed to see what it is.
That was not done.
That's the first time Swiver's ever done it.
That was not done.
Mate, you've got to be literally touching it.
No, really? Yeah.
One of the devices is sensing energy, and it turns out to be strong.
Please, there's energy close.
Is that a REM car? Is that a Ghostbusters car?
It's not done. That is not done. That is
It won't let me get near it.
It won't let you get near it.
Is that a remote-controlled car?
Using a spirit box, they ask the demon some questions.
That listed it.
Merry Christmas?
Yeah. No, 1,000,000%.
Just let it play.
It said it.
It does sound like it says Conjuring there. Later, it's trying to get in.
Trying to get in. People said trying to get in. trying to get in.
Okay. Here you go.
Open the door.
They go with the door.
Did they just open the door to a demon? They walk around outside, and for a moment, it sounds like someone is chasing them.
Whoa!
There's bodies that are buried out there.
What was it?
Soldiers.
Something loud, mate.
Mate.
Back inside, they break out a Ouija board, and it only
no.
draws the spirits in closer.
It's like the top of the table's twisting off its base.
The bear.
Shortly after, this happens.
Me, mate, I don't like this.
Slowly take one hand off, Dan. Slowly take one hand off.
Back off.
Did you capture that?
Wow.
Did you actually capture that?
This isn't funny.
Well, that last bit could be explained by an uneven table leg. I'm not so sure about the rest of it. I think this house has a reputation for a reason.
House creep.
Number
Don't touch a Ouija
4.
board, man.
Mysterious things have been happening for years at the haunted Brookside Theatre in Romford, UK. Management has long reported sightings of ghost orbs and furniture moving by itself across the floor with no one in the room. Footage of one such strange and unexplained event was captured on a quiet Sunday morning in 2014. Management came in to find the chairs were no longer in the same place as they had been the night before. They checked CCTV tapes already knowing the answer, but for some reason, even after all these years, there's no getting used to paranormal activity, and so they check every time. A paranormal presence is shown on camera moving the chair and then the table. Half the table is off the camera, so that would be easy to move by yourself and say it was a ghost, but a chair moving by itself would be harder to fake, though it could be a string. I'll keep digging for more paranormal videos from the Brookside Theatre so we can help solve the mystery and figure out if the building is really haunted. In the meantime, let me know what you think of these creepy moments caught on camera. Number 3. An old hospital that was recently turned into an office building is experiencing some pretty strange activity lately, as you will soon see for yourself on this unsettling piece of security footage. Right there it starts.
The door is opening.
And that door just completely opens by itself. Just watch that one more time. So the door stays completely closed, and then just out of nowhere starts opening. And like the title says, this building is completely empty when this happens. So unless there's potentially a window open, like some sort of draft, I just can't think of any other reason why this would be happening. To provide some context on this video, the owner of the office building has said that he has seen somebody standing in the corner of this room, but he didn't want to say it was anything paranormal because he was a skeptic. However, just to make sure nothing serious was going on, he called the local authorities, and about a week later, after an alarm went off in the building, they came down to the office to come take a look, but they were unable to find anybody or anything. After checking the security camera footage, this is what they saw. So is this a haunted office building, or just something easily explainable, like a bad door that opens on its own or something? Let me know what you think. Number 2. Steve Richards and Jason Griffiths make up the Ouija Brothers, a fearless ghost hunting duo from the English Midlands. What makes them different from most, aside from their bravery, is that they are more skeptical and often set out to debunk famous haunted locations rather than promote them. With that said, they may have met their match at Shepton Mallet Prison, Built in 1610, Shepton Malin Prison is the oldest prison in the country and also was the longest running until its closure in 2013. 4 centuries of brutal treatment have since created hostile spirits who were, for the most part, already not good people to begin with. So much horror has happened here that a strange feeling of negative energy is said to have washed over the very walls themselves, and it isn't long before the Ouija brothers, despite their usual level-headedness, find themselves looking over their shoulder and questioning every sound. Sure, any building that's centuries old is bound to make some really creepy noises, and some of what they record just sounds like the foundation setting and stuff like that. But other encounters, like what happens here only 2 minutes into their investigation, seems to be in response to a very specific question.
Are you upstairs?
I agree with them that it's coming from somewhere above, but let me know if you do too. Whatever's following them, it seems to prefer to have a height advantage at all times. But check this part out at 8 minutes and 25 seconds. Jason actually looks up a split second before he hears the noise. So did they plan this and he messed up? Or did he sense it moments prior?
Is that you?
I was up above, weren't he?
Confident they found a particularly haunted prison wing to explore, the Ouija brothers walk past each cell, encouraging anything inside to come forth, and they gently coax the spirit into revealing itself. Stee is too busy looking straight ahead and misses the light anomaly appear against the wall right next to him. I fully admit that it could be their camera equipment, but it never happens again a single time. And get this, the light appears at the exact same moment. Jason wanted to know if the spirit remembers what life was like at Shepton Mallet Prison.
If you wish to come out, knock on the door that you once come out of. Do you remember?
Neither of them see this though, and so unaware that it's already worked, Jason continues to talk to the spirit about how the prison guards were able to go home while they had to stay here, and out comes the loudest bang of all.
Whoa, what was that?
Right on one of the doors.
But that's not all they hear. They get out the electromagnetic meter to try and measure air currents for paranormal activity. Nothing happens at first, but then it beeps loudly and turns green for a long time. They can't get the meter to do it again, and are trying to figure out if this was a glitch when they are interrupted by something scary mid-sentence. I'll enhance the audio to make it easier to hear.
It seemed very violent, didn't it, Mike?
It's a small, muffled voice from far away, so tiny and distant that it shouldn't have even registered on camera, not with that heavy door closed behind them, and yet it reaches their ears with alarming clarity. They agree it's a woman, but still they are unable to pinpoint its exact location, and when they go outside, the prison is as empty as ever. According to legend, this could be the voice of one of the oldest prisoners, a woman known only as the Woman in White.
It's pretty sad that they got put nets on the stair or the levels, because that just means that somebody's tried to fall off to try to self-delete themselves and so forth.
She is said to have taken the life of her fiancé and passed away in 1680 from regret. Now she wanders the A and B wings moaning her sorrows, and as they are searching for her, the electromagnetic reader they left behind goes crazy once again, indicating that while they may have left the room, perhaps she has not, and the reason why they were able to hear her so clearly was because her ghostly presence had been standing not in another room, but behind them all along. What you're about to see defies explanation and
No, thank you. No, thank you. Was that
might just
Skinwalker?
haunt your dreams. What's scariest about this image is the creepy figure it showcases. I'll be seeing this in my nightmares tonight.
What if it's already
This
there?
image is currently trending in the Spanish-speaking YouTube community. I came across it on a popular YouTube channel that creates content in this language, and I wanted to share it with you. It's a great example of how unique elements of horror can be found all around the world, each with its own twist. So, what do you think it is? And more importantly, do you think it's real or just a clever effect? Let me know down in the comments.
Well, it scared me a little bit.
I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe in the next 5 seconds?
Easy.
Because I upload 4 new scary videos every week.
I do it every
if you're
day.
curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out.
I've watched Chills a little too much.
Number 1. Roosevelt High is a school in St. Louis,
Chills.
Missouri, rumored to have been built on top of an old graveyard long ago. Now, a paranormal investigator named Soul Searching stands by the bleachers of a football field with a spirit box to find out if people were buried here like the local legends say.
Are there any spirits here?
4 seconds later, this voice comes through with a strong reply. When asked how it feels, the same voice replies with a flat answer that lacks all emotion, which I guess underscores its bleak point.
Are you upset?
I'm showing this so you can hear for yourself that all of the answers make sense, and they're all coming from the same voice, so I think this is real. The final answer pretty much confirms it.
Is your body still here?
But just to be sure, Soul Searching moves on to the school itself, where a spirit confirms its presence when asked to do so.
Oh, that was a yep.
Here's the only part I'm not so sure about.
Can you turn the lights on now? It wasn't on before.
Soul Searching thinks the lights are off, but I think they may have been on the whole time. It's hard to tell though, so I will give her the benefit of the doubt that the light came on by itself, especially given how much paranormal activity was on the football field earlier.
Okay. So with that being said, guys, definitely got some chills. I don't think I lost my lunch. I don't think I need my extra pair of pants, but you never know. Bring them in case. Let me know if you guys needed them. Comment down below your guys' thoughts. Subscribe for more, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Keep it real, keep it safe, and as always, keep nerding on, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.